even now, conflict less with westernized, Western Catholics. I mean, it's very difficult to introduce what they would call foreign training bodies. The antibody will act against it, of course. So this is one difficulty for it to expand and develop in the new model, but it's there, more probably than on the other, any other country.
And what should be done to make the Islamic economy in Sudan more efficient?
The West Sudan itself has to be extended and try to encourage other people elsewhere to establish the same model so that we can develop a network of correspondence and comparing also experience. You develop your way, come across these problems and difficulties, you treat them, and then you tell me how, and then I tell you my lesson of my experience. And just the will, I mean, it's only the will that allows a new plant, behind it, the natural law of will, not a plan or option for these institutions, but for these new laws, new concepts to develop into a whole premier society altogether. It's not people who are devoted to the study of the experiment itself and how we should, according to the values of Islam, and how we address new world economic relationships and challenges by applying those values. It didn't just develop very fast, unfortunately. You cannot develop anything if there is no light. You can't drive a car in the darkness. There is no light before you, actually. So these are two limitations, unfortunately. And there's a lot of pressure from our side.
So one of the reasons why the Islamization of the economy may fail is non-ethical behavior of Muslims themselves.
Muslims themselves, of course, when they start, they are not necessarily from the area one to even when they start to aspire to perfection, actually, at first, when they engage in politics will have a very corrupting influence. Against you and it can corrupt you completely. So even if you are good-willed at first, then as you proceed sometimes you lose track and you are tempted and you are corrupted and aberration or twist or whatever, it should be corrected immediately before it develops and destroys the whole experiment, actually. So it's not an easy thing, actually. It's the same thing as in politics. There is a right, and then there is another cycle of conservatism. Because the early scholars produced many ideas, a lot of them, rich heritage. Then people become dependent by the young boys, who are dependent on their rich fathers. They don't produce anything, they just want to become, they spoil their children because they can give them cars, give them toys, give them anything. So he doesn't work because he can inherit from his father. So we became dependent on him. If you ask him what is your religious morality, he says, no, I am Qadiri, I am this Tariqa. People who lived 1,000 years back, what is your school of law? Maliki or Shafi'i or Shia or Sunnah, they divide themselves up according to history, not because of their difference. They don't work, they don't use their intellect. They don't use their heart for becoming religious, or their intellect for understanding religion, just have to apply to life. But so liberation from this, becoming hostage of history. Especially this decadent history, not the rising history. Muslims generate, original people who want to develop and not just remain static hostage of decadent history in this world and therefore in the hereafter, because we cannot develop, life in paradise, close to God, high up there, unless we rise here. Intellectually produced and materially produced, and socially we live. We are just each other. We are not aggressive and not unjust and so on and so forth.
One of the last few statements was dedicated to the marriage between Muslims and Christians.
Yes.
So, what as far as I know, you told that not only Muslim men can marry Christian girl, but also Christian girl, Muslim girl can marry.
My idea is, of course, like the doctor, if you have a medicine, you don't give me all the medical jars to swallow it. I mean, 20 tablets, that may kill me. So you give me doses, don't you? One sleep a day, and then and so on and so forth. That's too much for me, say one and then two per day, and then three per day. So many years back, 20, 30 years back, I was a scholar, I mean. But then I gave them another dose. I said, from day one, she can marry a Christian. Because the Quran tells us, you can eat their food, you can eat your food. The way you serve it, the way you crush it, and the baby up. If you allow them to grow, it is dangerous, it is spread into other countries. Other countries will imitate it. They say, we are, of course, have a history of Islam like the Turabi should do likewise. All of them came to tell me that you are expansionist. I am imperialist. I didn't have an army like your army. I didn't study English because you came here and taught me English by force. You came and occupied me. I'm not occupying Egypt or Saudi Arabia. I'll have a model. People will look at it and compare to your model. If they like it, well, they say, this is dangerous. I said, why did you spread capitalism or liberalism or democracy or socialism or you spread anything? Science is your own good. You are selling your goods all over the world. Is that bad? What's so bad about that? But I know they want to contain any other thing, suppress it. It's just a feeling. I wish not only the Sudan. I'm not only a Sudanese, by the way. I was born here. But people were born somewhere in Europe and went to America and went to Australia and moved because their fathers were refugees or for different reasons. They made it grown in other countries. So in the hereafter, God will not ask to be responsible only for where I was born, where I lived. And if there is any project, any development initiative for Islam in any place, I'll be interested in it. I will be prepared to go there and contribute if I have any ideas. not as a sovereign, but I just as a human being, a citizen, anywhere in the world. But in this country, that's why most of the need, by the way, now, fortunately. But I know the world is very close now, but I want to develop a model here or elsewhere. But here, preferably because I'm close to here, years or I'm allowed to go free. And art, music, sport also. Those that I don't drop with sport, but inside the field, God is there behind you. Don't play foul. Because you have to be responsible to God, not because you are fighting the referee. So you are out. Don't go behind people and attack them from behind because your goal will be captured. You are outside. And first people go into the door and ask for permission. Come directly and talk to people directly. So I mean, we wanted to use sport, art, economy, government, all life, family life. And now I lecture on family relationships. Paternal dictatorship, I don't like it because it produces children who are under paternal dictatorship. They become dictators if they are powerful, and they become submissive slaves if they are not powerful, like their father trained them to become like that. And so when they pray, people pray. I tell them, don't pray just make the jest like that. If you face the Kaaba, it's not the Kaaba itself. God is not there. It's a symbolic physical act. Facing at one place, don't turn your face away. Represent you are orient yourself toward God. You are not turning your life away from Him for material interest, for sexual drive, or for money, financial incentives. No. Ultimately, all this is in worship of God. If you go to Him, if you are standing in line, I'm equal to other people. I don't stand in front alone, lying with other people. We move in concert and organize. I don't act individually. Act with my in company. I have a leader. We pick our leader. He doesn't impose himself by dictatorship. And then we follow him. If he goes wrong, we are mine. Allah or something. So the leaders have to be always observed and controlled. And if he says Salaam Alaikum, it's over. He can't control us anymore. If it is the end of his term. So I learn politics. I learn society. I learn everything from my prayers. And even if I make ablution, wudu we call it, if I rub my hair It's not watching it. Even if I watch it, it's not enough. My ideas, bad ideas, I have bad intentions for others. I want, please God, allow me to clean myself, my inside, because God sees the inside and the outside. My mouth, I don't mean just my mouth like that, so medical or anything. No, no, no. Because I have talked a lot, I have said awful things. I have, said bad things. So a lot of people have used language against some people. I want to ask for forgiveness, to clean my bad use of my mouth and use of my eyes. Because I have looked at spiders, some people. I shouldn't spy on them. I have focused too much, sexual attraction. I didn't treat her as a human being, just as an object for my pleasure, but she's a human being, and so on and so forth. So my wudu has to be, that way, not just wash and go and So I relate prayer to all life, 5 times a day in all life, to the economy, to the politics, to international relations, because here, the Kaaba, I have a relationship. From Indonesia, they face west. From Russia, you face south. So all the people have to, they have an international Muslim community all over the world. I have to, never to forget it. Every time I pray, I forgot all this community. All of us are in one center. Sometimes annually we go to that center and revolve around the center. We are close to each other. From a distance in prayer, there's pilgrimage every day. So when I lecture about pilgrimage, about prayer, about matrimonial relationship, about politics, I interconnect all this one way of life. Is there anything? All my life is programmed towards God. And I want all humanity to do that way. No barriers at all. Language or color or place or area or whatever it is. That's, Islam is difficult, it's risks. People think that Islam is a risk of disintegration, south and north and west and even east and center. And then we have had an experiment of Islamization before it developed into a full model. Pressure from outside, of course, and failure from inside, because people were inexperienced for the first time. And once they were exposed to politics, some of them became corrupted easily. And from outside pressure, so it collapsed. But whenever there are challenges, it provokes me. It mobilizes my counter, my response. If there is no challenge, I will never act. If nobody is calling me, I won't try. If nobody is challenging me in my shop, I will never develop my shop. But if I'm a football player, if there is no challenging football team from the other side, I don't learn how to play football alone. There is only one goal for me and go and score with one goal. Has to be between two opposing challenging partners. So there could be a day sooner than people think. Many Islamists in this country think that Islam will revive with them more experience than yesterday, and it may develop faster. Even in Western Europe now, Islam rises now. It's the end now. We push it till it's done. And all this onslaught against Islam, their gun used to face Russia, Soviet Union, other poles. Everything against them. Oh, the eagle, the power of eagle over there. So all these cowboys are fighting their guns there. Once that pole disappeared, where is Islam? Was there? Called terrorism, fundamentalism. But now they realize that they cannot do it. They lose the battle. They lost it in Iraq, now they run away. In Iraq, they are not, Afghanistan, they are destructive, but they are not successful at all. And in every country, even in the Sudan, they are spreading us around as they developed oil, and they allowed China to come in. And so it was counterproductive, their policy. I'm quite sure that, the next president will be different. And in Europe, I saw it. I know many Americans now, many people are changing their views now. They want to relate to Islam, to understand it, and relate to politics. Even if they are not Muslims, they want to relate to politics. Many people of high standing, by the way, in America. Scholars, just scholars. And in Europe, the same thing is developing now. Oh no, this this attempt to crush Islam is counterproductive. Why you are there, actually. Islam will always be there. And in your own country there is Islam from within. So you cannot obliterate it. And so the pressure will be released a little bit. The Muslims will learn by experience. And tomorrow, I hope it's not another century, no.
What about Russia? What this is about the future of Islam in such countries like Russia?
Well, actually, in the history of Islam, Orthodoxy generally, like Ethiopia, was never aggressive against Muslims like the Romans from the West. And yet, even Peter's days, I mean, there was an onslaught on Muslims in southern Russia and in southern states of Russia. But here also the rest of the Muslim world was the West actually. So the Western Islam now is the biggest problem. So Russia doesn't carry all that load of you didn't start the crusades and the imperial wars and the liberation wars were not against you in Afghanistan only partially, but in Vietnam, in Algeria, in all these places were not against. So the Orthodox Russians actually are people who are not necessarily closed with hostility and dogmatism against the Muslims in Soviet Union. So the minority of Muslims in Russia probably will have easier access to the others actually. And I think that there will come a time when Islam will break into Russia. It's easier than Japan. or in America it's easier by the way than Western Europe. Americans are a little bit open general, the house are always open, they don't have that much there. So I can compare different societies. I think if you ask me a question, I think society is well as far as I can. I think that the spread of Islam in Russia and in the United States is more better than in Western Europe and in Japan or in China. China tradition is, I went to China to learn Islamic, national Islamic front. They invited us. They knew what we were. We thought they were Marxists against religion. But we discovered after about 15 days, we went all over America, all over. We met the Muslims in the Chinese Muslims in the south, and the Muslims in what what's called Pakistan, they call it Xinjiang. So they became friends, by the way. We introduced them to the Gulf, and we introduced them to Sudan, and they came to oil here because of that visit, actually. They were Chinese, in fact. They're not, now they're not Marxists or communists. They were basically Chinese. This word called Marxism or Maoism or whatever they call it is just a slogan. Sloganeering, I mean words actually. And but I know the culture is deep inculcated in their soul. So it's very difficult to change somebody who is hostage completely of his own history and culture. But someone who is a little bit freer, the Americans, like the Orthodoxy generally, Orthodoxy, not like the Protestant and the Catholic. They developed an anti-Islamic faith in history. But otherwise, like the Ethiopians, Orthodox by the way, so it's very easy for students to come up in Ethiopia now. Very easy. We tell them we join the same tradition to Abraham, same value, just one God. Whether you call him Allah, Allah in Arabic means the God. Just it's another language, it's not a proper name, it's a different person. Whatever you call him in Ethiopia or in English or another God, deity or God or whatever. So on and so forth. So and that, saying that, I mean immediately we can have better relations with Russia. Easier for me to trade or to have cultural relations with Russia than the West. But unfortunately, Russia was far away from these countries, and they are closed. I took a lot to the ambassadors here, And I wish I had access to people there. I went there to tell them it's an easy access for you. You need trade. You are not versed in culture or religion. You need trade. It's better for you here. You have access. Go. It's a market for you. Go there and then you're good. So it's an easier access actually. And then you have a Muslims right inside your body. They are not immigrants. They are not newcomers like in America. American newcomers, Muslims. Either converted Muslims, African Muslims, or comers as immigrants. But in Russia you have people.
This is the oldest religion.
Yes,
before the Christian.
Yeah. And most of our culture actually is drawn from people who are actually now in Russia, in that area actually. In that area. Long before there was anything. But here we're Christian before the Muslims. But in Russia probably different. So it's an immediate concern, but ultimately I think it's totally coincided. Islam is not for the Muslims, historical Muslims. It's not a monopoly for the Arab or historical Muslims who are born like that because of their grandfather. For humanity, it's enough kafah to all people of the world, human beings. And it's our trust, it's our responsibility. This trust is not for our use. For everybody, you have to go and give it over to everybody conveyed. Send the message elsewhere, it's not for you. Your liability, immediately you have to receive it and it over also to others.
You are the most prominent figure, student figure in Russia. That's true. And but unfortunately, in mass media, your name is always associated with some of them.
Because your mass media has become now after you lost your power. I mean, sorry, you lost, became dependent on the West. You look to the West for your guidance in everything, banking, everything. And then your papers take news from where? They don't go and seek the news themselves. Look for them, discover them, and come and teach public opinion what the facts are, what the reality is. Just take from the agencies, agents from press, Reuters, from the West. You mirrorize us in the images that they have of us in Western Europe, unfortunately.
So it's harmful for you that your name is always associated.
But I don't mind it. If I ever have a visit to Russia, I don't care what people think. Then they become surprised. Oh, it's strange, he's not that man that they were. The West has told us that it's Muhammad himself, I mean, all the Arabs in Mecca, all the Arabs were against him. They're the dominant people who control the pilgrimage, control the market. They're against him. They call him a mad person. Because in some people perhaps he wants to in a profit, he wants profit, just material profit, or he is mad, or he is strange, he's a poets are always imaginary. But everyone was interested in this strange person, mad or a strange person, he comes with new ideas. He came to see him, so they attracted people to him. When they came to see him, oh, they didn't find him mad. Or if in my figure, I mean, I stand like that, everybody looks like a terrorist. He's not a giant, he's not a big fellow. I mean, this sounds like I'm becoming a terrorist. I mean, so people, once they see me, then they say, well, it doesn't sound color-wise and figures, it doesn't sound. And then when I speak to them, I'll tell them about what Islam is and what this is. We don't have anything called the Holy War. This is actually this is a criminal translation of Islam. It's not a two word. Jihad is not a two word. It's one word, not holy war. In Arabic, holy war means hard muhadaka. The two words, different words altogether. Jihad only means struggle. If the other, he throws a straight idea against you, you struggle by throwing an idea. If he treats you, treat him better. If you treat him back. If he greets you, you smile at you, smile back to him. Don't frown. Send the word salam or greeting, greet him back. If he sends you an argument you don't like, respond to that argument. If he comes with an arm against you, then you have the right to defend yourself. Use the same arm back to the measure. When it becomes aggressive, don't exceed the measure. When it's positive, you can exceed the measure. If he greets you with 1 word, you can greet him with 10 words. Gives you a cadeau, a present, you can give him 2, 3 presents back. He's nice, become nicer and nicer towards you. So once you become positive and humane, you can go respond more and more and more. Once it becomes negative, you have to control yourself. Don't become excited and furious and go and excessively use self-defense to become aggressive. So once I speak that way, I tell them what the doctrine of Islam is. I think your own priest, our prophet, find it very difficult to be rationally to persuade them that my ideas are bad. I think just fundamental axioms of rationality. And then I tell them about Jesus Christ and how I revere him and how we know a lot about him and his death, miracles, and the Bible, how much I have read it. Then they'll think, I'm not going to talk about him. Here is the Bible as well, actually. So he has definitely a heart. I have no doubt about it. But I don't control the media like the Americans. The Americans now control the media of the world. And the radio, the television, and everything. And the money, the dollars and everything. So we have to try to study that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.